Women, what do you find most confusing about men? I know my GF is mind baffled by this, but when she is pissed and having a terrible day she wants me to distract her and talk to her and be there for her. When I'm or upset I like to be alone and distracted. I don't want to talk about it because it reminds me of the issue and I can't move on from it. I just want to play basketball or video games. I want to be left alone. Yep, lol. Why men rarely ask for further detail. Husband and friend make plans to have a games night, starting 5 p.m. at friend's place. That's all the info covered. Should we bring any games? It is at dinner time, are we eating there? Are we meant to bring food? How many people are we feeding? Who is going to be there? Nothing. He knows nothing. I haven't noticed this with girls, but I have noticed that my husband will just stare out into space with severe concentration and I'll be like, "What's wrong, babe?" And he will say something like, "If all of our pets attacked me at once, do you think I could fight them off?" I've seen other guys do this too, it's just so fascinating. We have a medium pit mix, a small chihuahua mix, 2 ferrets and a hamster. So the answer was probably yes, unless he was asleep, then maybe the medium dog could best him. I have this problem, my mind drifts and I just start thinking of random shit. I wonder if I went outside with my TV remote, could I still change channel? What if I can't see the TV, how would I know if it was on? Have I got a mirror to reflect the view? Would that affect the connection if I had a mirror? What's wrong? Oh, What are we having for dinner? What always confused me about my fiancé is how he doesn't know anything about his family or friends. I asked him why his parents moved to our city we lived in now. It's a small town, so I'm always curious how people end up here, and he's like, "I don't know." So I went and asked his mom what brought them here, and she went into this whole thing about how when they got out of the Navy, Mike, fiancé dad, got an opportunity to be a partner in a company down here. My fiancé sat there, slack-jaw, and said, "I just thought dad worked for that company. I didn't know he was part owner." We have had several of these types of moments in the past 6 years we've been today. It just amazes me he doesn't think to ask just basic questions. My wife asked me why I don't understand her instructions half the time. I think it's because I can't read the context she has in mind. She, "Can you put the yellow thing in that thing over there?" Me, "Find a yellow thing and put it in box," which her finger was pointing at. She, "WTF are you doing? It's the other yellow thing and you're putting it in the wrong place." Me, dazed and confused, trying to figure out what the other yellow thing is and where to put it. Try again with different object. She, facepalm, "No. You're doing it wrong. Why are you so stupid? Takes other yellow object." Me, "Oh, you meant that yellow towel? Why didn't you say so from the beginning?" She, "I showed you a million times before. You're useless." Ignore mode and sigh. I just wanted to make her happy and follow instructions. Edit, for those calling my wife a cunt or abusive, rest assured we're happily married and have a toddler and baby at home. So while this was happening, we usually have some screaming kids in the background, winky face, just accumulation of stress and frustration that makes her say those things. BTW, she said all of this in Japanese, so imagine a baka here and there. Adding to the fact Japanese is even harder to understand its context, read the air they say here. My wife does the same thing to me. It's really bad with clothes because I'm pretty sure she is just bad with colors. I love her, I love her, I love her. Her, "Hey, pass me that black shirt." Me, am surrounded by like 3 gray shirts and a solid black shirt here. Passes her the solid black shirt. Her, "No, that black shirt," asterisk points to the gray shirt with a black stripe on the arm and a black graphic on the front. I am confused. Man talking golf to friends. I was on the 3rd hole, my second shot, my ball was in the second cut about 6 feet from that big oak tree and about 3 feet from that big root that looks like a skinny sheik's. I used my 3-wood and hit the perfect shot, landing just 2 feet from the pin. Wife, "Can you pick up 3rd child from school today?" Man, what school does he go to? Edit, my first silver. Thank you. Confession, this is a made-up scenario to illustrate that I find it confusing that men can remember so much vivid detail about golf and not other things. I actually find it quite charming about my husband how he remembers golf. The response used the third child because it would be much easier to lose track of where your third child goes to school. The first child everything is new. But by the time a third child comes around and you have kids possibly at 3 different schools, it would be easier to mix it up. I used this example as an exaggeration of something my ex-husband once said. The actual situation/comment was me, "Will you go to a meeting at second child's school at 7 o'clock? Ex-husband, okay, where is the entrance to the school? I work at a small redneck bar and most people are hard-working guys who get by in life. Some guys make a lot more than others. But everyone is friends and like beer, so we're all the same here. One person gets around, then the next one does. If you can only afford to get a few beers, get what you can and no one will judge. And as far as shit talking, if everyone at the bar isn't making fun of you to your face and laughing about with you, then the bar does not like you. I'd be worried if the regulars didn't give me shit. That's the thing. If people are making fun of you and busting your balls, they like you. You are part of the pack. But if they tread carefully around you and just kinda leave you alone, you don't smell like them and thus not part of their pack. Just because it sounds mean doesn't necessarily mean it's mean-spirited. We know what our friends are sensitive about and we don't give them a hard time about those subjects. We know what they don't give a shit about and we rip them relentlessly about those things and nobody gets upset. As the expression goes, obvious a generalization and not applicable to everyone, girls are nice to each other but don't really mean it, and guys are mean to each other but don't really mean it. How they absolutely refuse to ask for help. Back when we had no smartphones, we were trying to find my friend's street and this guy I was with preferred to walk aimlessly for 30 minutes before I had enough and dared to ask someone for directions. Pretty much the first rule of the standard male mindset is that we're native problem solvers. Present a challenge and it becomes a project. A man is not lost, he just hasn't solved the puzzle of how to get to his destination yet. If you come to us with a sob story looking for a sympathetic ear, please make sure you tell us that early on. Otherwise you'll hear, "Have you tried X? Maybe Y would help with that," when you really just want, "Damn that, let me give you a foot rub." I always ask my wife if this is a conversation with an action item. It's all how they come in. Straight on straight wrist, standard shake. Loose wrist from the side, hand slap. Fingers bend towards the end of the slap. Get ready for the fist bump. Wait, let's try that again. For sure the bump is gonna explode the hand on the rewind. Rewind that high five? You better believe the next one is going round the world. I like the high five explosion, slow mo reverse it into a knuckle grasp. Seemingly everyone gets the explosion then reversal first time. There's something powerful about exploding handshakes with reversals. Good post bro'em. When you guys wear skinny jeans, where TF does your dick go? Like, not but as a concerned person. Does that get tucked or something? Wouldn't that hurt when you take off your jeans at the end of the day? Edit, I now know why people say rip to their inbox, damn. Also I do know guys who wear skinny jeans, they're a lot better in retail/warehousing where I used to work than those annoying dress pants. Depends on the guy. Most guys just have it kinda scrunched up on one side, but it's difficult to tell since skinny jeans have a surprising amount of crotch space. Flaccid are really flexible, they can get into all sort of crazy positions without any harm. Just scrunching it up while putting on your pants is enough for most guys. The real issue is the testes. Can't have pressure on those or else it hurts. Skinny jeans leave room for testes, which in turn leaves plenty of room for the. Not sure if it happens to all men, but I can at least give you the reason it has happened to me often. When I am looking for something, let's say a small yellow box of some cleaning product, I often already have a fixed idea of how it should look. If said box looked darker because it got damped or teared up, if its position is not standing face forward with the brand in front, and instead it was on the side and laying down, or if it's partially hidden behind another item, I often take a minute to register and find it. I guess, at least to me, the main reason I sometimes pass things up even when they are right in front of me is because they don't exactly fit this image in my head I have of what I am looking for, and my brain is not very flexible when it comes to visual identification. It also happens when I am absolutely certain I left a particular item in a particular place, Let's say I left my keys at the center of my desk. If someone came in and moved my keys to the left near the lamp so they could use the desk and later I come by, sometimes I completely miss the keys just a bit more to the left and start looking at where I left the damn keys. They were right here. To me, the little ritual of always leaving key items, in their designed places, like wallet, keys, phone, tools, etc., is pretty important because it saves me the time to go look where I might have carelessly left them or where people in the house might have hidden them because they didn't have the courtesy of returning it where they found them after moving them.